Hi Sagittarius. Alright, some little confliction here happening with the three of swords. Okay, there's other cards. Look at that. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Alright. Knight of Wands. The Chariot. And the Nine of Wands. Sorry, I think I said the Nine of Wands here. I meant the Knight. Okay, now, quick overview. Let's have a look. Three of Swords. Okay, possible third-party situation for some of you, but you will prevail and you will successfully come out of this because there's wish fulfillment here. I see you holding something in your hand, something that's quite delicate and precious to you, Sagittarius. So this is really good. Growth, movement, and acceleration and wish fulfillment are coming up this month. There is a bit of energy around you here with the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords that's going to hold you back, possibly in love. So let's delve straight into this. So the Three of Swords here can indicate a third-party situation or choices or conflict in love. You do have a strong earth sign or a Cancer or a fire sign that's around you, Sagittarius, that is wanting your love and wanting your affection, and someone that you could be very, very compatible with, especially astrologically as indicated by the stars in the canopy of the chariot here. So the Three of Swords can also indicate there's a bit of strife, anxiety, or sadness that's happening in relationships or in the working realm or the working sphere. Some of you, I feel like you're afraid to step forward or you're being on guard here. Now, this could be because someone's quite intimidating that's around you in the workplace here. Someone has a quite intimidating, swift energy about them, and maybe this is throwing you off your work ethic a little bit. But I think for the most part, judging that there's only two cards that have come up here in this regard, I feel as though it's minor, it's nothing major, and I certainly think you're able to overcome it, which is really, really positive here. I just think you might be a little bit capricious here. I think emotions are running high in love this month. You're really wanting attention, affection, and love, desire, and you will get it. You will get it this month. You'll feel really adored, really desired, and you're wanting someone to focus on you, and they are. I think there's a lot of attention that's being placed on you. You're definitely the center of someone's world here, Sagittarius. So this is really exciting. I think you've got a lot to look forward to in love. Because the Queen of Pentacles indicates that you'll be very happy in the physical realm, and you're holding something here. So for some of you, there's a very beautiful relationship that's budding, that's forming, possibly with an earth sign here. This can also indicate money or material possessions in your hands here. For some, it might be a new car, it might be a relocation, a holiday, material possession, wealth, prosperity that you're holding. But if you really look at this card here, you can see the wonderful lush garden that sits around her, that she's surrounded by. This is beautiful. And she sits very poised and happy, and you know, she has a refined energy about her, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a maturity that's coming through here. So if you haven't experienced a real mature approach to relationships, or you haven't found anyone that's of the same mind frame as you, Sagittarius, this person is coming in and can offer you not only things in the physical realm, but definitely emotionally to fulfill you, to make you happy, to make you loved, to make you feel loved, desired, make you feel really secure in relationships. And this is all about stability. So that's very good. I love what she represents for you. And as I said, in work, there could be some sort of movement. The Chariot does represent progression. So there is possibly progression for some of you in the work sphere. Now, I feel for some of you, you'll get this progression and it'll come with a hefty paycheck, but I feel as though you won't feel confident in taking on this role. It's either a higher position has opened up, maybe it's a new job altogether, maybe it's a duty that your superiors have asked you to undertake whilst someone else is away, but I feel as though you feel capricious about taking on this opportunity. You either A, don't feel like you're experienced enough, you either B, maybe are a little bit intimidated around the team that's associated or how people will view you if you are elevated to a certain status here. So that's quite interesting. You do have the Nine of Cups, so there is a wish fulfillment. Something you've been wishing for, Sagittarius, is coming through. For those that have been dealing with a water sign in particular, a Cancer, you know, the cups and the cancer elements here coming through. So I feel as though there's a lot of success happening with a water sign for those that have been dealing with water signs. But look, that's not to say there isn't success with other signs. I feel for the most part there's a wish that's coming to fruition. This wish doesn't have to necessarily revolve around love. The wish could also be in regards to travel or movement. The Knight of Wands is a messenger. It is a journey. Whether this is a spiritual journey or a physical journey, although 2 cards indicate physical movement here. So I'm inclined to say there's someone from afar that's coming to you, or you're going afar. So whether you're taking a trip, a holiday, whether you're pursuing your wanderlust, or planning to pursue your wanderlust this month, that is also very possible for you with the 9 of Cups. But the 9 of Cups shows that things are falling into place. What's interesting is that you have 2 nines here and they do contradict each other. The 9 of Cups is happiness, bliss, harmony, working towards manifestation. The other 9 of Wands here is a guarded energy, is being closed off, is feeling a little bit uncertain, despair, lack, disharmony. So I'm wondering if it's a bit of a roller coaster for you this month, if some days will be better than others, and other times you just it could be your mentality. I mean, the swords do represent mentality, and see how there's different types of mentality that are being intertwined in the one. So there is, maybe you're ruled by your head or your heart, but head and heart are being conflicted here this month for you, Sagittarius, is what I'm seeing. But things are falling into place. This can also be indicative of synchronicity. So you need to pay attention to the signs that are around you in the physical realm. But someone's getting things in order. Someone's giving you a lot of emotion. Someone's giving you an outpour of emotion, and they're really pursuing you, is what I'm seeing romantically. And if this is in career, I feel as though you're slowly working towards major contributions in career or in studies even. But you're a little bit unsure about this, Sagittarius. Why are you unsure? There's something that you don't feel confident doing, or you feel guarded, or maybe you'll feel judged by how other people see you. Maybe you think you're not good enough, but there's a notion of you can definitely shine in something, but you're a little bit hesitant here, is what I'm picking up with the 9 of Wands. Now you do have the Knight of Wands. This was the messenger, traveler, journey. Some of you have love, passion, lust that's coming in very, very quickly. A very strong physical attraction to this person. Now this is possibly someone you've had your eye on for quite some time, Sagittarius. They might be showing you attention, and this is where you might be a little bit standoffish, and I'm interested to know why. Is it because some of you feel like this is too good to be true, or is it because some of you are already involved in something here and you can't pursue this any further because you're just not able to at this point in time? This is someone that's quite hot-headed, the Knight of Wands. It could be you. It could be impulsive energy around you this month in regards to love or career. I feel like there's a very swift energy with the Knight of Wands, and you'll be asked to do something maybe in your job or asked to do something in a relationship, and I think there's just things will unfold very, very quickly is what I'm seeing here. This could also be travel and relocation for some of you, absolutely yes. Either going to a hot climate where it's quite warm. There is pyramids here present with the Knight of Wands, so it could be Egypt, North Africa, the Middle East, parts of Asia, desert regions, or countries where they have vast lands, extensive lands of desert, or even large cities here is what I'm seeing behind the chariot here. For some, you might be going on a business trip with someone, and it doesn't have to be that romance blossoms between the two of you, but there's a compatibility between the two of you. You either A, have a very good work ethic together, or it could be that this person is romantically interested in you, and maybe this is why you're fearful about doing anything like this with them. Could be that as well, just putting it out there. I love what the chariot represents though. This is progression, harmony, peace, especially in terms of emotion. So this is a movement forward driven by your emotions, or driven by the emotions of another towards you, Sagittarius. And this is exciting. I'm excited for you. I just feel like though someone's holding back, someone's not giving their all, and I have a feeling it's you. I have a feeling a lot of attention and emphasis will be placed on you, and maybe not as much from you to someone else, to a project or to another person. Could be that as well. The yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, a lot of compatibility here. For some, you will have a relationship centered on equality and centered on the two of you moving it forward. But for others, you will be holding back. For others, you will be a little bit fearful of moving forward. You have the 9 and you can see that he's looking to the Chariot. So for some, there's someone that's moving a little bit too forward, a little bit too quickly for you, Sagittarius. See? Look at that. And you're unsure. You're unsure about, you have this capricious energy about this person here, about how this work project is panning out. It could be that as well. Could also be that you're guarded. Maybe you've been hurt in the past and a relationship is moving too quickly and you're not ready to embark on this. For those that are married, there could be someone else that piques your interest. But for others, I feel as though marriages, there's a lot of harmony in marriage. Possibly a trip might bring the two of you closer together. Possibly a new home, or more enriching experiences happening within the month for you with your significant other, with your spouse. Because there's definitely things that you've been wanting, Sagittarius, that's coming to fruition. Look at this. These are some beautiful cards that you have here. Wish fulfillment. You're getting a lot of attention, affection, or desire this month, and I feel as though you'll be very happy to receive it for the most part. So let's have a look and see how this applies to you in love, romance, and relationships. Sagittarius, love, romance, and relationships. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Cups, the King of Wands, the Judgment, the Death card, and the Temperance card. Okay, strong Scorpio energy, also Sagittarius here as well. Now, the Wheel of Fortune dictates to me that some of you, there's a cycle that's ending and a cycle that's beginning. The Death card is an ending. A new cycle is also forming with the Wheel of Fortune. So this month, some of you could see that you're walking away from a relationship or ending a relationship. Something comes crashing down very, very quickly in terms of relationships for some of you. And I feel someone is definitely in an element of sadness, feeling devastation, lack of closure. It just happens so quickly that someone is definitely unaware of how everything is panning out here. For those that are dealing with, you had a Cancer underneath here, and then you do have the Cups, so possibly a water sign here. This is the water sign that could be very, very devastated, or in fact it shows that there's an emotional upheaval because of what's happened here. Now the Death card is symbolic of things coming to an ending here, and you do have the Judgment card, so I feel as though someone's really going to voice their real opinions, their true opinions, Sagittarius. Now this could be you or this could be someone else, but someone is definitely letting their judgments go. So I'm not sure if this has something to do with being a good judge of character, and the person that you're with maybe surprises you in a lot of ways with what they do or say or how they act this month. I'm leaning more towards that. With the Judgment card, it's karma. Now with the Death card, it can be things from the past. So for some, there's a karmic relationship that's forming, possibly someone coming in from the past. It could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius. You do have Cups here as well. You also had the Swords with the 3 of Swords. So it could be any sign really. And some of you are a little bit fearful of letting them back into your life, Sagittarius. So maybe the Judgment card serves here as a disclaimer for you to be very, very meticulous in who you're spending your time with and who you're giving yourself to, because some people might not have the best intentions for you, Sagittarius. So this is something you need to consider. For some of you, there is a second chance, a new cycle, a new love with an old flame, so to speak. So new love with a past lover, with the 2 of Cups as well. You can see this in the background here. So there's obviously another chance at a relationship here as well, but very, very much fate and destiny that's coming into play here. For those that have been single, you're entering into an auspicious cycle, and whether or not you meet this person and you have this love or have this sort of connection this month, or whether this is the beginning stages, whether this is the wheel kicks into motion this month and you begin to see progress, whether this is in your physical day-to-day life or whether this is through premonitions or visualizations or affirmations. You're definitely bringing love to you, which is really nice, Sagittarius. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Don't be too anxious. The King of Wands is present, and he often has this anxious energy where he's preempting too much and he just wants to go out there and find it. But that's probably not the best way to do it, because although you want to maybe invite this love into your life, I think you need to wait for signs, because there's a higher power at play here. The Wheel of Fortune, the angel with the Temperance card, and also another angel with the Judgment card shows that there's divine intervention, that if you just trust and have faith in what the universe is bringing you, there's a reason why they're bringing you this person and why they're bringing them now, because there's a new cycle that you're entering into, and I think you need to pay attention to what's happening around you, because there is wish fulfillment. You did have the Nine of Cups in the general reading, but you also have the Nine of Wands. They're very two contradicting cards here, so two possible outcomes for some of you. For some, there's a major ending that will leave you heartbroken or will leave the other party heartbroken. For others, a new cycle begins, one that you've waited for, something you've been patient for, possibly even another chance with a old lover is also possible. Let's move on and have a look at your career now, Sagittarius, career and creative pursuits. There's also children here, by the way, so several children in the Death card and the Judgment card, so possible pregnancy for some of you. And again, it could be unexpected. You know, you did have the Three of Wands here as well, so just putting that out there. Let's have a look at your career and creative pursuits now. The Justice card, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, and the Lovers card. Okay, collaborations, meetings, interviews are on the forefront this month for you. Sagittarius, I feel as though you're being brought together. Either you've been networking with people in the sort of industry that you're in. Maybe there's a contract coming through from an introduction or from a person that you already know. So I feel like you already have an established relationship or friendship, acquaintanceship with someone around you that's actually going to bring in a contract to you. So whether this is because they're investing money into a business of yours, maybe you're collaborating in business, this is absolutely possible with the Lovers card here present. This is a union coming together for a higher purpose here. I like that the Justice card is here. This shows that it's a very fair union that's happening here. So for those wanting to collaborate, this could be an auspicious time for you to do so. For others, I feel with the Four of Pentacles here, you're clinging to a certain situation here. For some of you, I see that you're clinging tightly to money. So I feel like some of you might feel like there's an element of lack of job security is what I'm picking up here, because I see you holding on quite tightly, Sagittarius. So maybe people have left very unexpectedly here with the Five of Swords. They've made an exodus, they've resigned, maybe they've been made redundant, and you're feeling a little bit sad, maybe you're feeling a little bit edgy because you're unsure about your job security and if you're going to continue staying at the job you're staying at. So there can be a little bit of this for some of you, not for all. For others, I think you're walking away. The Five and the Six of Swords, actually you have the Four, Five, and Six. For some of you, a lack of passion will drive you away to a different career or a different job. Maybe it's not fulfilling enough, maybe it's not exciting enough, maybe you want to lay it to rest because you're no longer interested, because you'll start to feel the Four, move on to the Five, walk away and sail into new horizons with the Six. So that's quite interesting. Some of you have international job affairs coming in, or international global companies that are very well known, very reputable. It could be in the tourism industry, it could be imports, exports, finance, legalities, working for historical sites, charities, working with artifacts, or possibly in the luxury division, working within the public sphere as well, being in the public eye even. But I think for a lot of you, if you are sailing into new horizons, this does look more promising, and I am seeing a contract. So for those that have interviews, I feel like you're absolutely going to ace it. In fact, I think you may have up to several interviews, Sagittarius, and you will actually have the luxury to decide which job, because there may be several offers here, but you're very fixated on one in particular, and I think you're sailing into smoother, calmer waters here on the career front, which is very, very positive for you. For others, I feel like you're taking a hiatus, you're taking a break from work, whether this is because you're going on a holiday, maybe there's travel involved. I didn't mention in the general reading you have the Knight of Wands, which can indicate movement or travel. Some of you are just traveling on the job, whilst others are traveling to take time away from work. Or maybe look over a contract as well. The Four of Swords can indicate a slumber, a time of withdrawal or retreat around this time of December. So for some, you will definitely be taking advantage of the holiday season and probably getting out and about, maybe taking a trip with a family, with a loved one, or even on your own. If that's what you need, Sagittarius, and so be it. I'm seeing that there's a love connection through work happening for some of you. This is a soulmate, or someone that's coming in with a very, very strong connection to you, very strong physical, sexual connection, and very strong chemistry. And this person is either in your division, they could be of authority here with a Justice card, so they may be involved in legalities of the business somehow, or you may be meeting someone. If it's not a collaboration, you might be meeting someone through work on in a romantic sense, and maybe that's why some of you are defensive, because you perhaps do not want to mix business with pleasure, and maybe their conflict of interests, and maybe this can potentially jeopardize what's ahead for you in career. So just something to think about for some of you that are meeting this person here with the Lovers card. There's also a possibility for some of you to start a business or go into business or start a contract, a service or a product with a partner, with a spouse, with a boyfriend, with a girlfriend. I think there's the two of you are either saving for money here, saving to start your own business, or an online enterprise of some kind here. And I do see this potentially being successful, but lots of research is needed, and I'm seeing lots of money and capital is also needed, Sagittarius. So make sure you're prepared in a financial sense for this if you are wanting to collaborate. And sometimes there could be disagreements between the two of you. It isn't all smooth sailing. There is chaotic water here with the Ten of Swords, and then calmer waters. So, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. Sometimes you'll have to agree to disagree here with this other person if you're collaborating this month. But look, I will leave it at that, Sagittarius. I hope this has been insightful for you. Thank you so much for watching.